It's been a hot minute, and by that I mean I bought a new Switch so I could play on my PC instead of stealing my boyfriend's, played once and then was daunted by the 2 hours of footage I recorded and then needed to edit, on top of a lot of 30-second recordings from the Switch itself. I have a full-time job, and trying to sleep enough hours, start a fitness plan and see people is so hard when you need to sleep as many hours as a cat. Can I drop my job from that list? That would free up a lot of time. It's summer, which means Scarlet and Violet have now been out for quite some time. Long enough to find a lot of shiny Pokemon, right? Yes. Long enough to find shiny Pokemon in Area 0, right? Yeah, I guess. Long enough to find a shiny Paradox, right? Well, right? Not exactly. So it was June and I still hadn't found a single shiny Paradox Pokemon. I'd started looking for shinies in Area 0, sort of on and off, and found a couple, but not as many as other people were finding. Violet's Paradox Pokemon are an interesting bunch. They're all futuristic robots, which personally I think is a style that gets old really quickly, so I do actually prefer a lot of the Scarlet exclusives. Regardless, I like the designs for Iron Valiant and Iron Moth, so those were the two that I kept an eye out for. Oh, and a brief period of time when I had an Iron Jugulus outbreak and not a single shiny appeared. I don't have a lot of Herba Mystica because my drop rate from raids is shockingly poor, so I'm trying to keep hold of it until I absolutely feel a need to use it. With this in mind, I made a fairy sandwich and set off for the cave where Iron Valiant is found. I spent hours looking. I even took my Switch to a friend's housewarming and set myself up in a corner for the night where I found multiple shiny Pokemon, but not a Paradox. Side note, poor me is now the shiny I have the most of in Violet. I've got 4 now. A day later, with my new Mario Switch setup, I decided to spend my evening shiny hunting on a big PC screen. I made my fairy sandwich and I headed back to that cave where I'd already spent a considerable amount of time. Still nothing, so after a few hours I called it and went to bed. But instead of actually trying to go to sleep, I ended up resetting my sandwich when it happened. I'd been spinning circles for a while and then spun directly into a shiny Iron Valiant. I didn't want to risk losing it by attacking it, so I just kept throwing luxury balls at it until one worked. Amazing! I'd got my shiny Iron Valiant, and I turned around and immediately ran into a second one. I was pretty hyped by this point. I'd spent ages looking, and now I had 2 back to back. I caught shiny number 2 and I let my sandwich run out, but I didn't find any others. That's fine, I was happy to get even 1, never mind 2. Now, you might be wondering about the title of this video. Finding 2 back-to-back shinies isn't that uncommon really, and you're right. The odds on the thumbnail are for 2 shiny Pokemon with marks, because both of these shiny Iron Valiants are marked. I'm not going to give you a maths lesson, because I hate maths, but let me break this down for you really quick. It comes down to probability. I did try and do the maths myself, but it's been so long that I used a probability calculator specifically for this by Reddit user Probably Oatmeal. I have the shiny charm, so because I didn't use a sandwich of sparkling power, my odds are 1 in 1,365. The lunchtime and the uncommon mark both have a 1 in 50 chance of appearing. The odds of a 1 in 50 mark appearing on a shiny Pokemon caught with a shiny charm is a 0.00146% chance, or 1 in 68,267 chance. The internet tells me the odds of this happening twice means you multiply by the power of 2 to get, are you ready for this? 0.000021316. I think I got enough noughts in there. Or 1 in 4,660,383,289 encounters. A 4.6 billion chance, which is just crazy to me. There you have my 1 in a 4.6 billion chance Iron Valiant, and I'm giving 1 to my boyfriend. He did give me an original bonus disc Jirachi from the GameCube, which he found on one of his old Gen 3 cartridges, which it's probably one of the rarest Pokemon in my living decks, so I think I could try and repay the favour somehow. At the very least, it's a 1 in a 68,267 chance Pokemon. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video, and please feel free to leave me a comment, but Don't come at me for my math skills. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!